Welcome to day 207 of the New Way. I'll read Luke 18, 9 through 14. To some who were confident of their own righteousness and looked down on everyone else, Jesus told this parable. 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed, "God, I thank you that I am not like other people, robbers, evildoers, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week and give 1/10 of all I get." But the tax collector stood at a distance. He would not even look up to heaven, but beat his breast and said, "God, have mercy on me, a sinner." I tell you that this man, rather than the other, went home justified before God. For all those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Ken Medema wrote a song about these verses. It's called Mr. Simon. In it, he depicted Mr. Simon as a regular church attendee who proudly went through his Sunday morning routine. The other he depicted as a man who sneaked in, sat on the back pew, and sat crying and softly begging God to have mercy on him. The final line in this song is, 2 men went into the church upon that Sunday morn. One left slightly wrinkled, the other left reborn. I wonder what would happen if on Sunday morning each one of Jesus' followers would prepare their hearts to worship and go expecting God to work in amazing ways. There are a lot of things you can do to better prepare your heart for worship. My daddy always said that God gave us Saturday nights to prepare for Sundays. He used to polish our shoes and set out our clothes on Saturday night so that we would be able to dress quickly on Sunday morning. The Jewish people had a special way of preparing to worship at the temple in Jerusalem. Since Solomon's temple was built on top of a large hill, they sang special songs as they began to climb the hill up to the temple. Some of them are recorded in Psalms 120 through 134. Those are chapters 120 through 134. They are called Songs of Ascent. David and I selected 2 songs that we sang every Sunday morning in the car on our way to church. That way we would prepare our hearts for worship. Our 2 children sang them with us just as soon as they were able to talk. What do you do to prepare your heart for worship? And what could you begin doing? That raises an interesting question. What is worship anyway? I define it as a time when I can realize how big God is and how very tiny I am. Worship helps me to see myself the way God sees me, and helps me to see God the way He really is. When we have truly worshiped, can there be any self-righteousness or a belief that we are better than someone else? I don't think so. In His service, Dale.